think that 2020 shed a little bit of a light on what our weaknesses are, and if you learned from it, maybe you spent the rest of 2020 strengthening those weaknesses. And then as for your strengths, I hope you've been maintaining them. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I want to talk about silver and also gold, but I had to cover some topics related to the stock market and also taxes, stimulus, and inflation. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, we got to talk about the precious metals. We got to talk a little bit about some silver. We got to talk a little bit about gold. We got to talk about the precious metals today, and it's for a variety of different reasons. But before we even get into that, we have to talk about the stock market and inflation, taxes, stimulus, all that good stuff. And I know there's people listening right now who are saying,
silver and gold, boring, taxes and inflation, this is what we're here for, bring it on DYDSS.
So I'll make it really quick. Let me start out with the stock market really fast though, because to my surprise, for the most part, almost everything was green today. We're seeing green across the board. However, you want to know what surprisingly took a little bit of punishment today, or this whole week, I should really say? Tech stocks. I saw Netflix in the red, Facebook in the red, Twitter in the red. I think I saw Microsoft in the red. Even Tesla was in the red. And I know it's not necessarily a tech stock, but it's often referred to as tech on wheels, which I thought this was pretty surprising because tech stocks have been pretty much keeping the stock market afloat for the last going on a whole year now. In addition to the stock market, I also wanted to talk about taxes and inflation because with everything going on right now, I mentioned it in a video I posted maybe 3 or 4 days ago. If you haven't seen it, that'll give you a little bit more insight on what I'm talking about right here. But there's a third stimulus in the works right now, and it's going to be expensive. It's supposed to be, I think, $2 to $3 trillion. That's a lot of cash. That's a lot of fiat. But what's included in the stimulus, the potential stimulus, I should say, is an additional $1,400 issued to the people who are currently in the process of receiving $600. So even though it's a third stimulus payment, potential 46 is kind of branding it as a $2,000 stimulus, intertwining what we already got or what we're already in the process of receiving with what we are supposed to evidently be receiving over the next couple of weeks. So I don't know if that's just a political strategy. You know how they're always trying to one-up each other and take credit for each other's stuff. I don't know if he's trying to take credit for the $600 in addition to a potentially $1,400 on top of that. I have no idea, but it's being branded as $2,000, and he was saying that the $600 was just a down payment to what we're actually going to be working on. So with all of that being said, a lot of people, when they hear stimulus, you know, you got half the people out there who are celebrating because they need financial help right now, and if they were allowed to go back to work, they would likely be just fine, but they're not allowed to go back to work for whatever reason. So a lot of people are excited to get the stimulus. It's good news for them. But then the other people, the other half, are saying to themselves, oh no, here comes inflation. Where are these dollar bills going to come from? They're going to be printed to oblivion. What is this going to do to the health and well-being of the dollar bill? That's why a lot of people automatically go to thinking about inflation and the dollar bill's purchasing power going down. But you also have to remember that during times like these where money is tight, or should I say, during times like these where fiat and currency is tight, not a whole lot of spending gets done. Not a lot of people are frivolously buying things that they don't need. Not a lot of people are going and buying brand new cars. Not a lot of people are going on vacation. Not a whole lot of people are doing an absurd amount of spending. 2020 was the year of forced frugality, and even though it's 2021, it's really 2020 2.0 if you think about it. It's still just an extension of everything that occurred last year. into the new year. The only thing that changed is what the calendar says. It's not like the problem just went away. We're still working on it right now, and we have a long way to go. And if you ask me, I think, and hope rather, 2021 is going to lead us to a little bit more of a recovery. I don't know if 2021 is going to be the year of the recovery, but hopefully it'll lead us to the year of the recovery. Something tells me it's going to take us another year. So fingers crossed, maybe 2022 will be a little bit better, but something tells me that 2021, it's still going to be a pain in the neck. Now, in addition to inflation and deflation, because when you see not a whole lot of people spending, sometimes you see prices go down in order to just get customers in. I mean, reduced prices are better than unsold products. So a lot of stores, a lot of companies, corporations, facilities have lowered their prices. A lot of them are likely to continue lowering their prices, and this is just to get people in, to get people buying, to get people spending. So it's kind of the opposite. But it's important to remember that that's just short term. So in addition to inflation, in addition to the stock market, in addition to stimulus, we also have to talk about taxes very, very quick. And the reason for that is because there are some concepts and proposals being brought up by Potential 46. One of his proposals is we need a government-funded campaign to educate the public. Now, what this actually means, since that's a euphemism, is a taxpayer-funded marketing strategy to get more people vaccinated, because a lot of people are nervous, a lot of people are hesitant, a lot of people are thinking that this thing is brand new. This concoction was formulated over the last not even year, so it's brand new. So a lot of people think, well, what if I get it? Nobody knows what the long-term health risks are, or if there even are long-term health risks. Like, a lot of people feel like they don't want to be like the guinea pig, you know, for lack of better verbiage. So a lot of people are hesitant, and that's what this campaign to educate the public, aka marketing for the vaccine, is all about. And that's going to cost a ridiculous amount of fiat as well, which you and I are going to be paying for, by the way. So the reason I'm talking about all of this today is because these are some massive indicators. These are some massive red flags for the dollar bill. When you see taxes going up because that marketing whatever is something that we're going to be having to pay for, inflation is something we're likely going to be dealing with years down the road, the stock market being kind of on a tightrope right now, not knowing which way it's supposed to go in, and with a third round of stimulus checks being issued out to the American people and a bunch of other countries, that's a lot of cash being printed. That's a lot of dollar bills just kind of coming out of nowhere. So these are things that you have to think about. Politics aside, it doesn't really matter where you stand or what you believe in or who you believe in or who you vote for. That really doesn't matter. Politics aside, if you focus on the economics, if you focus on the finances, if you focus on the money, the currency, the fiat, whatever you want to call it, you got to pay attention to these things. And oftentimes when we see the state of the dollar bill getting weaker and weaker and weaker, this is pretty much silver and gold stacking 101, but when the dollar gets weaker, silver and gold typically get stronger. When fiat goes down, money goes up. That's just what we see. That's normal. And spot price, you could argue, doesn't even matter, because it's not really as if the value of silver and gold are going up. It would appear that way because that's what spot price says, but it's actually because the dollar bill is losing purchasing power. Now, speaking of silver and gold, let's talk about the spot price really quick, because neither of the precious metals have moved all that much. We're looking at silver sitting at or around $25.54 as I'm recording this video. Who knows what it's going to be by the time I edit it? Who knows what it's going to be by the time I post it? And who knows what it's going to be by the time you watch it? You might be watching this video several days, weeks, months, years even after I post it. And then gold, on the other hand, as I'm recording the video, it's $1,847.80. Again, who knows what it's going to be by the time I edit, post, or by the time you watch it. But that's the current spot price right now, and neither of the precious metals have moved very much at all. We're not looking at silver or gold moving really anywhere. It's not moving up too much. It's not moving down too much. They're sitting relatively stagnant, I guess you can say. We saw a little bit of a jump earlier in the week or late last week, and it's come down a little bit since then. But other than that, we haven't seen the precious metals move much at all. So I can't help but wonder if silver and gold are gearing up for the next couple of months, the next couple of years. Now, I do not believe we're going to see any ramifications in the near future. I do not think it works that way. I do not think it will go in that direction. I do not think we're going to see the price of rent and groceries and everything else. I don't think we're going to see the price of everything like that go up. Not for a little while anyway, even though a lot of printing has been done last year and a lot of printing will be done this year. I do not think we're going to see inflation kick in until later down the road. Because number one, like I said, a lot of people aren't spending right now. And two, arguably most importantly, that's not something you see right away anyway. That's something that you see later down the road. That's something you see a couple years later. And then as for taxes, that's not something we're going to see just yet either, because right now they're working on stimulating the economy, and you cannot simultaneously stimulate an economy while taxing people into oblivion. That's just not what you do. It doesn't work. It's counterproductive, and it's a waste of everybody's time and money. And I know our time and money isn't very important to politicians and maybe government officials, but it's also a waste of their time and money, and that's what they actually care about. And if their time and money is going to get wasted, you know they're not going to do it. So I don't foresee too much changing or too many red flags presenting themselves to us anytime in the near future. But a couple of years down the road, that's when I believe it's going to kick in. That's when I believe the issues are going to present themselves. But at the moment, we don't have a whole lot to worry about just yet. And in fact, I think we are buying ourselves some time. I think right now, we still have quite a bit of time to prepare to the best of our abilities and to stack as much as we can, as much as we're willing to, as much as we want to, as much as we need to. Because silver and gold, at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Financial preparation. That's the way I've seen it for the last 3 years now. I've been stacking for 3 years and about 1 month. So I've been stacking for a little bit of time. To the people who have been stacking for, 15, 20 years, I know it sounds like rookie numbers. And to the person who just started stacking, last week, last month, or last year, it might sound like I have a whole lot of skin in the game. But 3 years, I've learned a lot in 3 years. And one thing that I thought from the very beginning that hasn't changed even the slightest bit is the fact that I see silver and gold as nothing more or less than financial preparation. Of course, the dollar bills are important. Of course, the dollar bills are part of the stack. I do stack dollar bills alongside my silver and gold, but that's just because dollar bills are short-term solutions to short-term problems such as unexpected financial emergencies. And silver and gold, I personally believe that they are long-term, I don't know if I want to say solutions, but the closest thing to a long-term solution to the long-term problems, such as inflation, for example. Now, everything that I say in this video and on my channel, it's not financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion, and I'm doing a lot of speculating over here. But make sure you are doing your own research, forming your own opinions, making your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But if you're watching this video to hear my opinion and to hear what some of my conclusions are, I'm just going to keep stacking away. I think that's what makes the most sense. Of course, I'm going to save a little bit of cash alongside the silver and the gold just in case something goes wrong. But fingers crossed, if I'm prepping in addition to stacking silver and gold, hopefully if something were to occur, I will be just fine without having to take that cash and spend it on something that I should have been prepping with, or something that I should have been stocking up on, or something that I should have been taking care of. Hopefully at this point, you know and I know what some of our weaknesses are. I think 2020 was somewhat of a blessing in disguise. I think that 2020 shed a little bit of a light on what our weaknesses are, and if you learn from it, maybe you spent the rest of 2020 strengthening those weaknesses. And then as for your strengths, I hope you've been maintaining them, because that's what I've been doing to the best of my ability. Is there any way to be prepared for absolutely anything to happen? No. But if you're prepping to the best of your ability, if something were to occur, maybe, just maybe, you will be one step ahead of the game. Maybe, just maybe, if March of 2020 were to happen again sometime in the future, you won't have to be the one getting in fistfights in Walmart parking lots over toilet paper or canned beans. Maybe you don't have to go to the store and load up on something that you've been procrastinating on, being like, yeah, I'll get to it eventually. Yeah, one day, and then boom, something happens, and now you don't have what you need. Now you go to the store, and now you gotta pay a higher dollar amount because everyone's trying to get it. Maybe you won't have to worry about that if you're prepping right now. There's not a whole lot of chaos going on at the moment. I mean, there is, but I'm talking about in stores and whatnot. Not a whole lot of craziness, not a whole lot of hectic, panicky behavior going on right now. So it seems almost like the fear has subsided a little bit. Maybe it's been deferred, I don't know, but at the moment it seems like it's calmed down quite a bit, which tells me it's not time to stop. Now's the time to keep going. Now's the time to keep plowing through. Now's the time to stay busy, stay productive. Now's the time to be saving as much as I possibly can in terms of dollar bills. Also, to be converting as many dollar bills as I can to silver and gold, such as what you see on screen right here. I have a new piece of gold coming very, very soon, so I'm pretty excited about that, and hopefully some silver by the end of the month as well. And it's also time to potentially invest for those of you who are interested in investing. There's a lot of opportunities out there in terms of the stock market or potentially real estate even, or different businesses and whatnot. Now's the time to be diversifying, and now's the time to stay busy, stay productive, and really do everything in your power when it comes to personal finance. Get that debt down, get that debt obliterated, get yourself to a position where you're debt-free or as debt-free as humanly possible, while simultaneously stocking up on the things that you know that you might actually need if push comes to shove. We all know the food preps, we all know the water purification, we all know the financial preparation such as the silver and the gold, but I don't think right now is the time to kick back. I don't think now is the time to put our feet up and relax. I don't think right now is the time to get lazy. I don't think now is the time to take a break. I think now is the time to take advantage of an opportunity. Now, obviously, you make your own decision. You can do whatever you want to do, whether you want to convert your dollars into silver or gold, or if you want to sell your silver and your gold. You can do whatever you want, but what I'm going to do is continue capitalizing on what I personally believe to be an opportunity. Now, of course, that's just my opinion. Your opinion might differ from mine, and that's perfectly fine. We don't have to be on the exact same page, but if we're in the same book, odds are if you made it 19 minutes into this video, you somewhat agree with some of the things that I'm saying. You can kind of align with my mentality, at least in some way, shape, or form. Maybe not 100%. Maybe I said something in this video that you agree with. Maybe I said something in this video that you like. Maybe I said something in this video that you can resonate with, and you're going to take it and you're going to utilize it. You're going to implement it when it comes to your stack. You're going to implement it when it comes to your preps. And that's really all I have to talk about today. But that's what I wanted to share regarding prepping. That's what I wanted to talk about regarding the stock market, inflation, taxes, stimulus, and of course, the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller and easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shout-outs, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of the videos early and commercial-free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? In terms of taxes potentially going up over the next couple of years, potentially inflation kicking in over the next couple of years, do you think the silver and the gold is going to help you combat issues like that? Do you think the silver and the gold is somewhat, maybe not exactly, but almost a long-term solution to those long-term problems? Prices going up, inflation, taxes, all those fun topics that we like to talk about and like to have to deal with. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.